Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to TSCC Live again. 欢迎大家再次的回到大成直播。我吴阳庆是这个夜的主持人。我们都很感谢，这一个礼拜里面，我们还有 Edmund 的 family 在我们当中跟我们来分享，他们的经历。我们上礼拜我们都知道，要照顾一个特别需要的一个孩子，他有给我们带来不同的惊喜当中里面。然后今天我们会继续的能够来理解，也能够来知道，有什么样的方法能够更加的跟孩子们一起来沟通。今天我们除了 M 之外，我们还有思敏在我们当中。思敏这次你要介绍一下吗？
介绍可能上次已经介绍，可能只是要讲我们是这个 church 的敬拜团的成员啦，就是。OK， 上礼拜他这个月他是在大学里面做administrator，所以特别忙碌。所以上礼拜在我们当中，这次他们都能够抽空在我们当中来分享。所以今天我们可以问一下思敏，在Nathan的这一个的成长的过程，从小孩子直到现在他是9岁哈，你的经历，你跟他在一起当中里面，你可以分享一下。 一开始就是怎么说？一开始我有发觉他这个有不一样的时候啦，就是我we went to the NUH 的child development unit， so 那个时候是for start I think they teach us how to like play with him 啦，就是说like how to engage him during playing， so 这个是一开始来说要很how to say deliberately spend time to play with him 啦。
I see. All right. Just to have a bit of introductions, just in case some of the people may have missed the last meeting on it. All right. Nathan is. They have discovered Nathan somewhere about 19 months. Am I right? Somewhere 2 years old. All right. They got light adventures. This syndrome. All right. So it's like one kind of autism. So it seems to be. Slower in developments, to social perspective of it, but to certain extent of it, the intelligent level on some other things, can be really active on it. So in terms of managing and learning to how to take care of it, is going to be very challenging on it. So they have actually go through NUH, right? NUH to learn a little bit on how to talk to Nathan.
Yeah. How to.
So how do you exactly give the elaborate kind of attention to?
Elaborate, maybe it's like when I play with him, I need to get him to have eye contact. So he will have when he's younger, he have lesser eye contact, and also he also like when you call him, he might not respond. So we need to deliberately like engage him. Correct.
So do you need to give like a bigger toys to try to capture them, right?
Kind of, or bigger toys, or even how to say like play with him, as in correct.
Engage him all the time, right? Eye contact, all this, right? That means he easily get distracted by the surrounding.
Kind of, and he like certain things. So he will like to play with numbers, like to watch like alphabets, numbers, and all this. So we have to like try to get him to play other things instead of just playing one thing.
I can remember he's in church when counting numbers. He get hyper excited with the numbers on it. And engage us all this. All right, so he's actually inclined into numbers actually.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So you got to probably space up and probably share with them other things.
Correct.
Share with him other things on it.
Correct. And
So in terms of developments wise, okay, along from the time that you have discovered it and they grows, right? Correct. Okay, so they go to nursery, they go to kindergarten, and eventually get into the formal schools on that. Okay, so in terms of transitions of it, is there a particular thing that you can share with us, right? They are actually different from a normal development children's on it, especially when it comes to, all right, let's say nursery to kindergarten, from kindergarten to primary school, right? There is always a children behavior transitions, that kind of thing.
Yeah, correct. For when he goes to kindergarten, he also went for the program. It's called, the center called Epic Center. So that center is for him to develop more on his motor skills and life skills, like simple things like wearing your clothes, or even like how to take out things from your bag, or very life things for that. And then in the same time, he's also attending the Hope Community Kindergarten. Is church based school correct, kindergarten.
So they spend a lot more by teaching them the normal life skills.
Correct.
How should they respond it, right? So does he cope with it well at that point of time?
Yeah,
right? Do you all get into some frustrations of getting him to just button out the shirts, that kind of thing?
Yeah, at the start, yes So, but he learned So, yeah. Then after kindergarten would be the transition to primary school. So there's also a program They have like a 2 days program. So to help the how to help them to know what to expect in the primary school life like the classroom routines, and like maybe how to buy food by themselves and all this,
So you actually like share with him before you get to the school.
Correct. And there's also I'm not sure, is it a NUH program so that there's a 2 days program in one of the primary school to help
for the children or for the parents?
For the children, actually.
Oh, for the children.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All right.
for children.
I mean, particular for this group of children.
Correct.
Oh, okay,
correct.
okay. Well, I thought it's a very natural thing, because my kids go primary school. I also did actually go through with him, right? What to expect in the school, right? And I mean, it's a new environment, okay, right? We also tell them what is canteen life and so on and so forth, right? So I think it's rather usual steps that we are doing. But you're saying that perhaps they need a lot more reminders, or a lot more attentions, or you got to elaborate even more details.
Yes, correct.
Have to be more detailed in that way.
Correct.
Right?
So
like going through step by steps and make sure that he knows it.
Correct.
But then the school got 2 days, okay, is school specially got some kind of so-called assistant for this group of people when they first started the school?
Oh, when it
Some
first
kind
started,
of,
actually,
like some kind
not
of
really.
teachers that paying special attention to them?
At the start, actually, not really, no.
Not really, okay.
No. Yeah, no. But we did like preempt the form teachers actually.
I see.
We did. So yeah, but I mean, it went well
Okay.
overall.
So
Yeah,
so during that 3 or rather 3 years already, right? Right. Does the teachers actually come back to you about difficulties handling Nathan in school?
Actually, no. Actually,
Don't have. Okay, that's
yeah,
great.
but you want to talk about like teachers' parents meeting, as in we
有吗？好像我每次都有 parent sessions 嘛，去看
有
孩子啊等等在里面。
其实头1年跟第2年，其实甚至到现在，我们听到的评语就是说他蛮专注，就是蛮负责任的啦，做功课也是蛮准时交上去的。然后不过我们比较关注的就是他社交，在学校里面怎么交朋友。 跟他的学校里的朋友怎么交流，都老师给我们的感觉就是，其实我们好像有点太过顾虑，因为老师说他在这方面也是做得不错。因为当初我们送他去那个辅导中心，不是辅导中心，就是那个 intervention center 的时候，就是不只是教他怎么照顾自己，怎么打纽扣啊，把书包整理好这些东西，他也是有教他怎么去跟别人讲话对话，然后怎么反应，所以这些我觉得可能就是thank God， 就是感谢主，他就是没有太大的挫折啦，就是该学的他都学到，只是我们做父母的还是要特别的关注说，这里他好像还是做的不足，还是其他有比较不好的地方，我们还是要继续的协助他。
Okay, alright. So actually, 你们的 experience is quite positive, alright, in terms of the developments of it. Okay, so pertaining to very early stage that you discover it.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, because now we have the benefit of hindsight. I would like to think that it's early detection, early action, and thereby, he didn't fall off too far behind the curve in terms of improvement.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. Okay, 有些时候我们觉得一些 like special needs 的时候，我们会觉得太多顾虑等等在里面。Right, but from their experience of it, actually they are growing in terms of the stages transition. Actually, it's fairly positive and quite smooth. Okay, in terms of moving. Right. I believe you all will have put in a lot more attentions and teaching of it. Right. So perhaps you all can share with us. Okay, what kind of possible teachings that you think that actually that you are doing it that actually affect the children's life in terms of the development perspective of it. Right. Probably Seng can share a bit.
Daily life, from daily life, he will want to know what's happening in advance. So we will usually tell him like what will happen, tomorrow we are going here and there, or
Preempt.
Preempt him on the things that's happening, so that he can prepare in a way lah. So so this is the thing. Or the different ways. Sorry. So for some things, yeah. Then sometimes he will also get like anxiety or what, like we will there's some ways like breathing in and out, and also putting down the bucket. Actually that one in short is actually giving your worries to God lah, like in a practical way.
Okay.
So yeah,
Right.
another thing of what we also let him watch this series like it's called VeggieTales lah. It's more of a Christian cartoon in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the one that in the picture, VeggieTale in the house. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to elaborate a little bit on the VeggieTale? Okay, that you're actually using it for the child on it.
Yeah. So this is okay. First of all, we are not. We don't plan on, bring him up in a very methodological way. Like, 我们有 plan A, plan B, plan C. But we keep to a principle, which is to help him know God, because by knowing God, he can give his worries to God. He can depend on God. He can talk to God. It's not just us. So this Christian-based devotional book and cartoon is a very good tool. Good tool in a sense is if he's watching the cartoon, there will be themes like how to be forgiving, how to be kind, how to say kind words, and values. So it's very value-based cartoon. We're not getting him to watch cartoons that are just fun for the mind. You know, it's also good for the heart. So the cartoon is, he has followed this cartoon for many years during his growing up years and his development years. And then at night we will always go through the devotional book first, because the devotional again will be telling him things like, you know, the same things that he would have watched. But the interesting thing about the devotional book is there were many countless times when he, for example, he has a bad day, like, oh, he got bullied, for example. And then a devotional message will pop up and say, oh, forgive them, you know, learn how to say kind words. And like what Simi said, put your bucket down, leave your worries and fear and all the negative things to God. Amen. And then, yeah, amen. And then he will be amazed at himself, like, hey, like how come the book is talking to him? But actually we keep telling him that it's not the book that is talking to you, it's God that's talking to you. So constantly over the years, he gets into this very healthy cycle of knowing that, hey, actually bad things can happen, but so do the good things. Yeah. So this cartoon and devotional book has been very, I would say, it's very critical in helping him to improve and to function a lot better. A lot better than if we had not detected and sent him for help. Yeah.
Right, so this vegetable actually you have been using until now?
Until now, as we speak.
Oh, okay. So it's this is a certain thing that we can pick up from. Okay, it's the values of the family and the environments. Okay, that we have. The parents has actually involved on it. All right, so they actually share with them the values of what they believe. Okay, God has been right with us. Okay, then we should put our worry into the situations on it, and that's play, right? Eventually, it actually apply to everyday's life on it. All right. So the next questions that probably you want to be interested on is that, as we know, Nathan actually are very musical inclined, and we know that both of you are also very musical inclined. Right. Just wanted to know. Right. Just want to know whether, I mean, in another way of it, okay, did you actually deliberately, all right, help to develop that kind of talents, okay, in your families?
We didn't deliberately help him lah. So yeah, we actually discover this like
I think
他讲的比较精彩。
不是啦，因为就是他有一天思敏在帮雷登洗澡的时候，然后思敏就哼一段曲子，然后雷登就说 "Mommy, you sang in the wrong key." So we didn't believe him. So after he's done with his shower, we brought him up. We played a few songs. Every single song that we played out, he got the key correct. All right. Then I pushed him even further. I asked him to identify notes, identify chords. He got it all right. Yeah. So we knew we discovered something that we wouldn't have known had that not happened. So what? Eventually, I did my own CSI. You know, 我就去查为什么，就是去 find out 来为什么他会学到这些东西。然后我妈妈就跟我讲说，其实我们有一段时期就是早出晚归，工作很忙，然后就家里很闷，没有东西做，就拿起我们一个就是当时候2-3年前买的一个键盘。所以键盘里面有一个教导的功能，就是你要弹对一个音符，你才可以去下一个音符下一段，就这样慢慢的就是让他学习。然后久而久之，他就是不止音符都听得到，不是听啊，就是认得到，甚至是和弦跟那首歌的歌调。而且这整个东西发生在可能是3年前，在6个月里面，他就已经有这个才能了。所以这个不过当然是我们是很后期，就是经过那时候的那个经历，才知道说他其实有这个才能。说就是帮他like to nurture him, zero deliberate effort. Yeah, 我们没有刻意。
Very amazing, right? Right. Sometimes, right, God is very fair. All right, we thought that probably he's slow in certain thing on it, okay, but certain thing, right, is so talented, okay. A general keyboard over there, he can have the initiative, okay, to pick up the notes, everything, okay. So it's interesting that at home, okay, how do we actually create an environment and how do we actually observe the kids and begin to realize, okay, the developments of it, right? So to let the kids also know that they actually do have talent on certain areas and do it. Interesting, okay. So so create an atmosphere rather than deliberately, right? Deliberately go and force the kids again into certain classes, okay, that kind of thing in a way. Right. That is good, right? Let's move to another segment of it. How do you actually, now you have second kids, okay, that is Noah is about 3 years plus. All right, so how do you decided, okay, to have a second kids and perhaps can share a little bit about Noah, how different is, okay, Noah comparing to Nathan's?
Also the same, like we didn't really have a plan on the
when
second child, like when or like so it just happened, kind of.
just 蹦出来
So
这样讲是很不负责任的啊，
Yeah.
所以
we
不要说
didn't plan
it just
for it.
happened,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
It was
correct.
definitely planned, but we didn't force ourselves like, oh, again, like we don't
Must come.
force 这一年里面我们一定要有一个小，就是没有
yeah.
不过要生第二个小孩的只是那个决定是当然是有的。So thank God, Noah came along and is, you know, the typical child that we would have expected for our first. Yeah, but it turned out to be the other way around. So we have to relearn how to be, well, lack of a better word is like relearn how to be a normal parent. Yeah. So for Noah, he's very healthy, a very cheerful boy. Noah and Nathan, you know, to teach each other. Because of Nathan's condition, we always use Noah as an example to teach him things, and likewise for Noah, he's picking up a lot of things from Nathan also.
I see.
In terms of his unusual talents, yeah. So in a way, yeah, both of them are bouncing off each other really healthily.
But how do you balance it in a way where the developments come, right? Perhaps, okay, one will be at a slower pace and the other one, it seems to be developing and in a different pace as well.
这没办法了。Like so, Nathan， 我们要时常提醒他说，你做不到的东西，其实你有其他方面、其他的领域会比较学得比较快，而且比你更聪明的小孩子，可能也没有你这样的天分。不过这个不是一个相比的东西，这重点就是要跟他说，每一个人不一样。你如果要每一件事都要相提并论的话，是一个很不对的东西。然后就是好像我跟妈咪不一样，我跟这个安哥不一样，就是这样子。
So actually, you also more like to let them realize their identity and their uniqueness about themselves, right? And then begins to let the brothers, right, to respect each other with their own roles, okay, as a brother and a younger brother. That kind of management.
Correct. Which, talking about identity, which I'll come back later and talk about it. But that's right. That's the thing we constantly remind him. Like everyone's different, and it's good to be different. Yeah.
I see. Right. So it's good on that. Okay. Perhaps okay later. When the identity issues part of it. Okay. Perhaps is in the latest sharing that you're probably going to have it on that. All right, so the next question is, okay, perhaps we'll be talking about, right, how does, because as we get to know it, that manner, and we begin to know that, okay, the church activities and actually the daily lives perspective of it, actually when you share, okay, and we realize that actually during the Monday, the Saturday so-called, you're probably feeling that, okay, perhaps Nathan actually is a little bit more inactive, okay, but when it comes to Sunday, actually is rather active. Right? For us, we only see the active part of Nathan actually. we did not really had felt the inactive part of Nathan actually. Right?
I think that's because the environment was a lot better in church, where he gets to talk to other kids, interact with them. At home, yes, we have Noah, but he's in school, so most of the time he's spending his time with an adult, who is my mom. And we always feel that it's always good for a kid to mingle with kids, right? And then that's how you grow up. Well, I'm trying to avoid the sensitive words like grow up properly, grow up normally. But that's the way it is. We want him to be like other kids while not changing who he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I guess church is important to him. The friends in church and the friends in school, I think they are really different. And because school is, after all, a learning environment, the church is a place where he can grow up with the rest. And obviously, being a church, he learns a different set of values from school.
Well, time has passed very fast. Okay, I believe. All right, he's going to have a lot more things to share. Okay, but we have that limited time on it. All right, if you could, okay, we want to know more about it. You can actually drop us a note, okay, in our Facebook. All right, then of course we will refer to Edmund and Seng, and hopefully, right, we can give you all some kind of answers, okay, on the particular questions, okay, that you probably may be facing on that. All right, so you can join us on Facebook and probably jot out some of your thoughts and some of the learnings that you have learned today. All right, so thanks very much, Edmund and Seng. Okay, will you wanted to share one tips, okay, for us, or the advice, okay, for today audience, okay, to run up the sessions today?
Okay, time constraint, I'll make this really fast. I think 3 groups of parents that I want to reach out and which eventually will cover everyone. First of all, the first group of parents, like parents who are in the same situation as us, be open, don't resist. If you've been offered help to have some, to take some advice or to have a solution, whatever, of course you have to be discerning. Accept it, don't reject them and feel that my child is normal, I don't need this. Second group of parents, so second group of parents, those who are not affected by this, I really think it's very helpful to watch out for parents like us. And then, because we have a parent who knows Nathan's condition, she will deliberately tell his boy, hey, look out for Nathan, watch out for him. And then also we have Hazel in our church. Had it not been for her, we would have responded to Nathan's need a lot slower. And thank God and thank her. We've never really thanked her before, but if she's watching this, then this will be a thank you note. If we had responded slower, things might turn out differently. Last group, those parents who are again in the same situation, like if you think you don't need the help because you don't want to change who your child is, actually sending Nathan to an intervention center didn't change him. We just wanted him to function a lot better, which is things like taking care of himself, but we did not change who he is. So that's a very important difference. Getting help doesn't mean changing your child's personality, DNA, whatever terms that you hear from a Hollywood movie, right? It's not that complicated.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the things that I want to say for this.
Thank you very much. Okay, in a very short period of time, you give us very insightful learning points. Right, in 3 classifications for 3 different groups of parents. Okay, I believe that everybody will have benefited from it. All right, thanks for everybody watching, and thanks Edmund and Seng for the times. All right,
Thank you.
Watch out for next TSCC live. Bye.